Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Purple A's podcast. I am your host, who bleeds purple and gold, Isaac here. So, now that the NFL is basically over during the conclusion of the Seahawks and Patriots Super Bowl, which, go figure, Sam Darnold and the Clint Kubiak or Mike McDonald led Seahawks win the Super Bowl pretty convincingly against the New England Patriots. So, good for Sam Darnold, but yeah. I mean, you know how I feel about that. I mean, I figured they win. I mean, it's just now the pressure's on even more on KOC now that it is ever. Win one or two playoff games, and maybe we might start talking about that, but we're not going to talk about that today. I mean, I just did, but not like too much. But here's the deal about like people talking about this big trade, and I just haven't come up with the conversation yet to the idea of Vikings trading for Joe Burrow. So, Joe Burrow, I mean, he's a very good quarterback. I would consider him among the top top five elite quarterbacks of the AFC, which that includes Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow, maybe Justin Herbert. I don't know. There's an argument to be had there. But as far as like the Vikings trading for Joe Burrow, I'm gonna say, but there are tons of things that go into this big name of a player, of course, because he's been to a Super Bowl before, and he is such a good quarterback. I would probably put him in top 5, not just in the AFC, but in the NFL. As far as like the quarterbacks now that are on the starting roster of each team. So basically though, according to one of the YouTubers, one of the media members said trade for Joe Burrow, that they would trade for Joe Burrow to the Cincinnati Bengals for 2 first-round picks, including a 2027 first-round pick, a 2027 second round, and for Jonathan Grenard for Joe Burrow. That seems like quite a bit of a trade. So, in hindsight, there are some pros to it. One pro, I would say, he's a talented player. He's a very talented player. And the Vikings, since they fired their offensive lineman coach, Chris Cooper, and they're hiring somebody else, I feel like this offensive line would be much better than what we've seen with Chris Cooper. So, they're already better. The Bengals offensive line has been Swiss cheese ever since Joe Burrow has stepped foot in Cincinnati. So, but it's better with the Vikings. And you have a defense where Brian Flores just signed an extension. He's staying in Minnesota. So you have a defense that's going to give you the ball back, no problem. And maybe an offensive line. Weapons, maybe the wide receivers might be snap out of the funk and get better as it goes on. But right now, those are some good reasons. He's a very talented quarterback as far as like raw talent. You don't need the supporting cast. He's just that good, even with him. But there are also several risks if the Vikings do trade up. There are several risks at which the Vikings, I think, should be cautioned about, or what they should. He's injury prone. So, because yes, it has to do with the offensive line. That's part of it. But Also, his injury status has been, he's only had, he's been in the NFL for 5 or 6 years. He's had 2 healthy seasons. He's the 2021 season he was healthy, and 2022 where he was healthy. The rest of the year, his rookie year, his fourth year, his fifth year, his sixth year, and his 6th year, he's been hurt and been replaced by backups like Jake Browning, or I don't know who all the backups of are Cincinnati, but he's had a history of the injuries, and you're also risking, and if he doesn't get hurt, you're also sacrificing potential talent, like as far as what the Vikings need right now. So let's say, because if you're going to sacrifice picks, it's definitely risky because you have no idea what the order of the picks. So the Vikings right now, I think, have the 18th overall pick in the 2026 draft, I think? Question mark. But yeah, if the Vikings, that means they would sacrifice that for Joe Burrow. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with the Jonathan Grenard thing. It's just the future first round picks that I'm a bit skeptical about. Should the Vikings risk it? I mean, basically though, I will say no. Just because you already do have a rookie quarterback already. You already have him already set up, so but you can always bring in backup competition or competition like Mac Jones or Kyler Murray or maybe Tua Tagovailoa. You can always get some major competition for JJ McCarthy, and it just doesn't just have to be Joe Burrow. Simple. So basically, I would say no. You basically build around the quarterback. I would not risk the talent that there is. Potentially, maybe a tight end or maybe something. But you need to basically. So basically, I say they play it conservative and go with. Heck no, we don't want to risk that. And it's not just injuries. Injuries is definitely part of it, I think, because if he gets hurt, then that's such a huge sacrifice. But I think they should spend it in free agency. I think they should acquire the talent that they already have right now with the first round picks that they have. And I think that's good. But would I be mad if the Vikings traded Joe Burrow? No, it would be interesting though, but if I was the GM, I would just say it's not worth the risk. It's not worth risking future talent that could really make this team a Super Bowl caliber team. That's not how I want to build a team. So for that, I say no. Let me know if you guys would risk it or not. Risk it for the biscuit or don't. So, let me know down below in the comments. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Skull Vikings.